Alright guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. In the last video, at least I think the last one I did, it was testing Loki in Steel Path. And I believe that I played Nova before Loki, but I wanted to switch back to Nova because I really had quite a lot of fun with Nova, and it's not a frame that I've used a ton. I started off with the Stalta. I've kind of just been playing around with different weapons, trying to see if I could find some other alternates that I think are fun outside of just constantly using the Incarnans. Yeah, the Taurid's great. Felarx is great. Felarx, you know, it's not as ridiculous because I don't use its Incarnate form, but its base stats are kind of in a tier of their own relative to other shotgun options. But there was one that I did forget that I had, and I haven't done too much with it. And that's the Archiplasmor. So I'll kind of show you where I have it set up. I mean, I maxed it, but I never put Arcane Adapter. I never opened the Exilis slot. I mean, this is probably not the best build, but it was a decent enough build to get the numbers up okay. You know, with a pretty good status chance there. Plus, we've got Savvy on there as well. Of course, rolling the Epitaph, I can prime on top of it, so it should be doing some pretty decent damage. Decent sized magazine. The reload isn't the fastest in the world, but I doubt that that's going to be as big of a problem. You know, I'll figure that out if I think that's actually the case when we get in there. But I'm just trying to play around with a few other weapons, and there's one that I hadn't maxed out. I had put a random mod on it before, and that's the Astilla. And I played with this earlier, and yeah, the numbers aren't as crazy as, say, the Felarx or the Archiplasmor, but this one felt really, really good to use. And I did do a couple rounds of upgrades and forming some slots. I want to do some more because I'm still leaving a few points on the table. Yeah, this isn't going to be putting out per shot the same volume of damage. However, it's got a very large magazine and it's got a very fast reload. This actually felt really good to use in just base level Sanctuary Onslaught. I don't know how it's going to feel in Steel Path, but I liked the weapon. So, yeah, that's another one I'm going to keep coming back to and playing around. Probably do a little bit of that today, but I wanted to jump over and start with the Archiplasmor that I haven't really done too much with, other than get it mastered. And you'll see I do have a mastery rank test open for rank 20. I have not practiced this test yet, so I do want to practice it just to see what we're getting into. So I'll do a quick cut while I practice. Assuming I think I can tackle it with Nova, I'll do it. Otherwise, if I need to swap to somebody else for whatever reason, I'll do that as well. So quick cut, and with any luck, we'll hit our MR rank 20. Alright guys, just finished up practice. That was really easy. First time we've had one like this. It's an Archwing, so I didn't see that coming.
Tenno, show me you have mastered the Archwing. Navigate this course before the timer expires. Passing through each ring awards additional time.
Yeah, this is about the most straightforward and pretty easy one of these tests I've done.
This test is now complete.
Is fly through the rings. Very easy. And loadout slot, always nice. Standing limit, that's always nice. Focus limit's nice. Base mod capacity is nice. And trace storage is really nice. I'm always running out of traces. I guess that'll put me up to 1100 now, I think. So, we've got that done. Alright, so yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to pop back onto Steel Path, and I decided to start with the Archiplasmor because I was specifically thinking about, let me go back to solo. I was in Sanctuary with groups for quicker affinity. I was thinking about shotguns with Nova, obviously, because I really liked how she felt with the Felarx in the last play session. So we're going to try the Archiplasmor. The Astilla, I may even attempt. Obviously, it's not pumping out per shot the amount of damage, but I think that's one that I'm probably still going to want to put in the rotation as an alternative to just using Incarnans. Yeah, I think its fire rate makes up for its, slightly lower damage output. But that's okay. So I don't remember exactly where I left off. What did I have on Europa? I think it was stuff I was skipping with Nova here, defense, Clistan excavation. We went over to Uranus. Where did we leave off? Stefano is defense. Umbriel is interception. Cressida is mobile defense. I guess I could try mobile defense and see how this goes. Let's try Cressida. Don't know unless we try. Then that'll give us 2 more on that arm plus Titania if we can unlock that path, if we can get through this. So just trying to make a little more forward progress and play around with some other alternate weapon options. That's the goal for today. I may not stick entirely to Nova either. I was just, since I picked the Archiplasmor, thought I'd start with Nova.
Your death, and you may yet avoid it. Trust in your training.
Pick that up. Go ahead and cast my Null Stars. Recast a little energy in the background. Give it just a minute, then we'll move up.
Us to a terminal.
I know you
Find
do.
one and patch me in.
Yeah, I'll take you to a terminal. Bear with me one moment, Lotus.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
They love the floor shock traps.
Here is a terminal.
Okay.
Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
No. This isn't bad. It definitely is putting out some reasonable damage numbers.
Still working on it.
Functions a little bit differently than most shotguns in the game that I've used up to this point. That is not even kind of sort of what I was hoping to have had happen. Oh, please don't drop back down in the water. Oh, come on. That is actually frustrating to me.
We are finished here.
Okay.
Move on.
Oh, dude. This is going to be annoying if there's water on the edge of every little target I'm doing. Hopefully it's just that one, because that is properly irritating. All right, so yeah, the Archiplasmor puts out decent damage. It's a little slower, say, fire rate than the Fellarks.
Reached.
Yeah, here we go. This is my kind of point to defend.
Defend our position.
All right. Also, throw a little energy in the background.
Heads up, a Grineer
Do a little
assault team is
priming.
headed your way. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. For the loan.
Gotta keep them off of the target here. Don't want that to blow up.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Okay,
Keep
got
moving.
that one. Yeah, I mean, the numbers it should be putting out on paper seem much better than it feels in practice. Not saying it feels bad, but I don't know why it's taking that
Terminal spotted.
many more shots
Uploading
relative to the
and prepare
Fellarks.
to defend.
It could just be the fire rate differential. It's a little tough to say. Not
Bring it,
100%
Tenno.
certain.
This will take a moment.
It's not bad damage. Certainly not bad damage. Actually, it's pretty solid damage. I guess it's just that it fires slower. So maybe I could consider something like a fire rate increase modifier on here. Swap one of the mods out for just a little quicker fire rate. Yeah, because this is putting out some pretty healthy damage. It's just the Fellarks is shot, shot, shot,
Still
shot,
working
shot,
on
shot,
it.
shot. This
Continue
is
to
pop,
defend.
pop, pop, pop. So yeah, it is quite a bit slower.
Stay focused.
Luckily,
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Slova, keeping them slowed. Yeah, I mean, the damage on this is pretty good. It is pretty good. There's no question. Looking at it, it does have pretty good damage output.
The odds were against us, Tenno,
Yeah.
but we did it.
I can
Mission
see me
complete.
coming back to the Archiplasmor. This is a pretty solid weapon, guys. There's a lot of stuff in my arsenal I've just been sleeping on for a while. You know, I'm just trying to play some different stuff while I'm going through the game. It's fun to discover new things that you enjoy playing. There's also, what is it? Comb? Is it the Comb? K-O-H-M? It's this weird looking, the visual look of it almost looks like a weapon from Borderlands that had just this massive clip. I think it functioned as a shotgun, but it wasn't really a shotgun. That's another one that I kind of remembered when I was doing some MR ranks to go for rank 19, I think. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Nova. I'm going to stick with the Plasmor. We'll see what that open. Interception, another Arcwing. Boy, those are disruption. Oh yeah, disruption. Yeah. Okay.
Would you look at you?
Tile Regor could be an interesting fight with Nova and this weapon, but it also might be fun. You know what? Let's just try it. Let's see if we can get through Titania, and then that would also unlock Neptune Junction. And we'll have plenty of options for paths that we care to attempt to choose down the line as well.
Up to his work.
You must be feeling guilty. Need your toe. I'll oblige. Let my gavel ring justice of your thin.
Why in the world is that guy all but
very
taking no
excited
damage
now.
right here?
The anticipation.
Oh, you know what? It's because I have a viral setup on this. I should have left on Toxin or Corrosive or something.
Dissection.
That's okay.
Dissection. No. That sounds too humane. Your death will be painful.
Yeah? Is that right?
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they know I'm here. Yeah, once you can breach through their armor.
It's hammer time!
Oh, he's so annoying. Where did you go? It is burning through some ammo here, so that is one consideration.
Would you look at you? Worthless, ugly freaks!
Yeah. Can pop back here. Just the one? That's actually important. Where'd you go, Regor? Okay.
Gonna pull this ocean down on us if I have to!
I know. Alright. Now it should be the wave of his little guys to come pouring out.
High lizard, leech, bloody worm!
I don't know how close that is to hitting these guys with the glaive.
Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
Uh-huh. I know you will. Get close. Close. One more. 2 more shots.
This is for the tube men.
Yeah. I don't remember how far you have to take him down in this phase before he floods the room. Hey.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
There's plenty of places to do both, actually. No plasmor? Okay, fine.
Come for a fight. Ooh, should have dressed for a funeral.
Say what you want. We're still coming for you.
Yeah. always teleporting. Regular.
Come for a fight? Oh, should have dressed for a funeral.
Any second now. That's the real one, okay. So yeah, that wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah, a little low on ammunition in the middle of that, so maybe I could get the
Contract complete. Great work.
Exilus slot to have a higher ammo capacity. That would probably be, whoops, nice quality of life to have.
Stay focused. There's a heavy
Get
unit
out of
approaching.
there.
Watch yourself. Grenier are on the way.
Okay, but no problem.
You exist to
We had enough ammo to get through there. Oh yeah, Equinox.
the lesson ends.
Yeah, that is hands down the most irritating frame to farm in this game, bar none, in my opinion. Alright, so what does that open up? That opens up the Neptune Junction. I guess I could try that. Yep, we already knew what those were. Rosalind is Spy. Puck is Exterminate. Exterminate could be fun. Yeah, I am going to try Puck, but let's try the Neptune Junction first. Then we'll swing back to Puck. I'm going to stick with Nova. I'm going to stick with the Plasmor. But let's go Neptune Junction. Who is it? Frost. Yeah. Frost can be beefy. Yep, once you have his shields down, no problem. Alright. Oh, nice. That opens the index over there as well. I can't imagine that, I mean, unless they give you more money. I don't know why you would want to do that on Steel Path difficulty. But it does open up, obviously. Yep, capture, exterminate, multiple exterminates, another assassination, hyena pack. We knock that out, then we could open up Pluto. So we've opened up a lot of options here, but I think I do want to swap back to Uranus, and I want to try Puck. I want to try and exterminate with Nova with the Archiplasmor here. See how this goes.
The canvas of war.
That one's down, yep. As soon as their armor is stripped off, this thing absolutely dumps on them. So I feel like on Steel Path, corrosive would be good against Grenier on this. I mean, as a general rule anyway. But it would just make this that much more effective. I mean, it's not really struggling here, though, to be honest. I was trying to see if I could get a quick codex scan on those. Oh, well. Can't win them all. Oh, little underwater section now. Okay, that's fine. So I should still have the little shocky. Yep. Called the Larkspur. Feel like that's the name of it. I do like the beam weapons in this game. Which, yeah, I mean, I had been using the Torrid, but I was playing the Tenant Galaxian before that. I just kind of haven't come back to it since I unlocked the Torrid. So Tenant Galaxian is obviously another good alternate option. Put it on the charged variant. Yeah, the charge shot on this does a lot of damage. Where am I supposed to be going? It's like, how do I get through this tube? Can I just swim into it? No. Doesn't look like I can go that way. So I must have to bypass it around this way and loop back to the... Yep, I can see it. The question is, where is the path? Is it above me? Is it in this tube? It's in this tube. No, it's just going to push me out. This tube maybe? Let's try this one. I don't see anything in here. Oh, we've got a button. I guess I don't need to use an alarm. Let's drop over this way.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Down you go. I mean, even on the Eximus, this thing does a pretty solid job here. I don't have big complaints about how the Archoplasmor feels to use, guys. Get out of here. Stupid shock traps. Alright. underwater segment. Maybe I can clear out some enemies up top first. That's locked. Fill airlock. That'll let me out this way. I feel like this might be the exit. Yeah. One more. Little cheeky guy over there. Okay, and then I guess I can just keep following the red. Thing gets below me? How does it get below me? Certainly it's not saying that. Oh, something down here. Alright. And now they want me to come up through this way, I guess? Yep. Alright. Misery.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Does decent damage to Misery as well. Okay, Misery's down. Take a fair few shots on the Eximus when they have their armor up, which is fine. My steel lesson. Where's the jade light? Okay, jade light. Have mercy. Bullet sponge much? Yeah, the instant that their armor's gone, this thing drops them like flies. Because if you look at the damage that it's popping out, it's a pretty solid cluster of numbers there. And
The enemy is broken.
this isn't a light hitting weapon, it does hit pretty hard. I just don't have it optimized for fighting Rainier. Which is fine. It's still doing just fine. We got through it just fine. It does rather make me wonder, though, what it might feel like against Corpus. Though before I do that, what I might try is, let's take a peek at the Helminth. And then available in 18 minutes. So I don't have Zada's Whisper ready just yet. So it's not quite been a day. So I guess I'll save that for the next video. I've definitely been recording for at least 40-45 minutes. I'll have some cuts, probably nothing too major in today's. So I guess what I will consider doing, let's test this. I'll stick with Nova. Let's see if we can just run somewhere that has Corpus in lieu of Grenier. Corpus are on Neptune. So exterminate Corpus. Yeah, can I save an exterminate for something? Let's go capture. We'll make this quick. Last one we're going to do, we're going to stick with Nova Galatea. We're going to stick with the Archiplasmor. We're going to see how this feels against Corpus relative to Grenier. You know, changing nothing. Literally the exact same loadout. We're just going to see how it feels against Corpus.
Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors. We cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down
That's
quickly.
not bad. You'd think that maybe it wouldn't be as effective since it's Corpus technology.
Target located. Bring them in.
Hopefully we can get him secured in time to... Nope! I was going to say pop out with our rolling guard.
Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
I don't want to say it necessarily feels better or worse against Corpus than Grenier without making some adjustments. I mean, I guess it is slightly more effective. It takes fewer shots, I guess, but
Stay focused.
if
There's
I
a
were
heavy
really
unit
trying to
approaching.
do this properly, I would just make some minor mod adjustments and tweaks before I head it in, based on the faction I'm fighting. I love getting stuck on enemies like that. It's my favorite. It's actually my favorite thing in the game. There was a clear path to my left, and it's like I was making contact with the corner of something, and it absolutely was not going to let me pass that. That's okay. So yeah, without making any adjustments, I do think it feels better, more effective against Corpus. But like I said, I really should be making mod adjustments, playing at this difficulty level for the faction that I'm fighting. Really should. I've not been in the habit of it. It would definitely be a quality of life adjustment. It's just, I know that I will for sure forget that, oh, I made this adjustment to do that. So maybe I could just set up some alternate loadouts like I've done on some other weapons in the past, just like label one, you know, Corpus, label one Grenier, leave that as the main setup, just use a different loadout with the weapon that I'm playing. But either way, fun playing Nova again, and yeah. Does this feel like you can drop stuff as quickly as you could with the Felarks? No. But it is definitely a good weapon, and it does hit hard. And in fact, even if we're going to compare these, let's look at the Felarks first. Just see the Felarks' numbers here. Okay, that's where we're sitting. Incarnate form doesn't apply because we don't put it into Incarnate, so we're basically looking at 8490 with rad, viral, slash, impact, puncture, and a pretty similar mod setup, if not identical to what I have on the Archiplasmor. But then if we jump back over to the Tenet Archiplasmor, Galatea, and then we pop over here and look at this, the numbers are nearly identical. And I don't think this is the exact loadout, but like I said, I didn't do tons of formas. I didn't put the Exilus. I don't have the primary arcane adapter. So this thing can definitely hit harder, guys. No question about it. This can hit harder. I just haven't, taken the time to finish adding additional formas, get the exact mod set. In fact, I could almost carbon copy what I have in the Felarx onto this, and I bet it would be close. The only thing that is kind of holding it back is the fire rate. The fire rate is definitely slower, so it in kind is pumping out damage slower. So I'm at 1.6. Let's look at that aspect of the Felarx. Yeah, that's a pretty significant. This thing is just rattling off damage way faster. And the reload is slower on this, and of course it does shell by shell, whereas the Archiplasmor doesn't. It just pops a new magazine in, it seems. At least that's the way it seems to function. So I will probably, before I come back to the Archiplasmor, make the adjustments to try to carbon copy the exact mod setup that I have on the Felarx that I like so well. And then maybe, in fact, I don't even have Exilus on there. I could pop, so what do I have on this that I don't have on that? Oh, I put Blunderbuss because I was trying to get some additional crit in here, which obviously I did not want on the Felarx specifically. I also have this additional multi-shot on top of multi-shot. I'm not sure that's actually necessary. Maybe I can take that off, and let's just put, in lieu of tactical pump, I want something that's going to do fire rate. What if I did that instead? What's that go up to? I could, 90%? Yeah. Sweeper, I don't even know what that is. That's fine. Let's see where that puts it. Yeah. That's a fair bit higher. Okay? You know, if I could get one more of these, I bet you I'd hit the cap of 60%. Either way, we've got rad, we've got viral. We also are status priming with our epitaph. So, yeah, I'm guessing next time I jump in to use this, it's going to feel better since it's going to be hitting a little bit faster. Now, I obviously took a mod off that it took down a little base damage, but once, you know, the galvanized hell and the galvanized savvy start stacking, that's really not going to matter. I think trading, 1,000 or 1,400 base damage off to make it fire a little bit quicker is going to be the trade-off that I want to make, at least in its current iteration. Then, of course, if we wanted to add an Exilus slot, we could, consider throwing something else on there. I mean, I guess ammo max, I could make it have more max ammo. Not that I felt like I was running out super low other than the Tile Regor fight. And then, of course, we could make it stronger still by putting Arcane Adapter on there. I don't think I have one. Yep, I'd have to buy one. Do I have one crafting? Vara Prime, yeah, I do need to finish grinding for that I'm missing in the background as well. So, either way, guys, I've got a little bit of an adjustment there. So, next time I jump in, I'm going to stick with the Archiplasmor. I'll probably swap to a different frame. But definitely like the way it feels. No, it's not the Felarx, and I'm still playing around with how I want to set it up, but I think a fire rate increase is one of the major directions I do want to go. I do want it to fire a little quicker, then I think it'll be feeling a bit more like a proper alternative. And certainly using the Panzerwölfepfeiler that I decided to swap back on for fun. Let's look at what I have on them. I do have the shield up So, shield capacity, there was something that I wanted. It's this, fire rate increases if their max shield or overshield exceeds 1200. So yeah, that's one setup that I've been doing on the bulk of my companions because it's a good quality of life, especially if you are using a little slower weapon. When their shield is up above, that fire rate is pretty noticeable. So I can do it with the Panzer. I think I have it set up on the, what's the newest companion that I got, or the Nautilus? Is it the Nautilus? Yeah, the Nautilus I added on. I absolutely have that on the Hound. So plenty of options that I've got in there. Either way, guys, mission accomplished for what I wanted to do. Definitely the Tenet Archiplasmor is a viable alternate option to Incarnans. Puts out really good damage. I'm still tweaking it to get it set up to how I like the way it feels best. But, you know, finally running it through its paces, it feels pretty good. I also still think that I want to ultimately come in here and get the primary adapter. Probably would entertain taking Blunderbuss off to see if I could get the fire rate up just a little bit more, or I could dump something else on here that would throw on a little additional damage that I lost by just throwing on a pure fire rate mod. But it's not down by much. So we'll keep playing with this. It's a work in progress, but either way, it's feeling much better than the last time that I used it, which frankly has been a while. But I'm not at all disappointed with the direction it's going. But regardless, guys, another good bit of work today. Had fun trying out some other, well, not technically new, but gear that I haven't really touched that much. And trying to figure out some other good alternatives to Incarnans. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. As always, I do sincerely appreciate you checking in, and we will catch you on the next one.